By Monday morning, headlines were buzzing. Social feeds were sizzling. And somewhere between the court docket and the court of public opinion, one question echoed loudly. Was this a serious legal move or a strategic press play? That's exactly the question at the heart of Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer party's response to Blake Lively's latest motion, a response that doesn't just push back, it calls the entire filing out of touch with reality. Strong words. But in Hollywood legal drama, strong words are basically the opening act. So grab your popcorn. Let's break this down, step by step. The Friday filing heard round Hollywood. There's a long-standing inside joke among lawyers. Never file something controversial late on a Friday unless you want attention.
Why?
Because weekend filings often spill straight into Monday headlines, giving claims a full news cycle to breathe before any rebuttal lands. That's why Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties didn't just respond to the content of Blake Lively's 10th motion for sanctions. They zeroed in on the timing. Filed late Friday, the motion appeared, in their view, designed to spark a press cycle rather than resolve a legal issue. Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties didn't mince words. Their response described the motion as frivolous and accused it of misrepresenting facts, a bold stance that suggests more than a simple disagreement. It implies a fundamental disconnect between what was alleged and what actually happened. In plain English, they're saying, this isn't just wrong, it's wildly wrong. That kind of language isn't accidental. It signals confidence. It also invites scrutiny. Because once you claim something is detached from reality, people naturally ask, okay, then what's the reality? For anyone not fluent in legalese, a motion for sanctions is essentially a request asking the court to punish the other side for misconduct, things like abusing the legal process or acting in bad faith. So when a case reaches its 10th motion for sanctions, it naturally raises questions. Is this a reflection of repeated misconduct? Or is it a sign of escalating legal tactics? Baldoni and Wayfarer clearly believe it's the latter. Their response suggests the motion wasn't grounded in new or credible issues, but rather recycled accusations repackaged for impact. Baldoni's response directly hints at this reality, suggesting the motion was crafted to ignite media coverage, not advance the case. If true, it highlights the growing tension in high-profile disputes, the line between legal advocacy and public narrative shaping. Justin Baldoni has long been associated with thoughtful, values-driven storytelling. Whether through his creative work or public speaking, his brand leans toward empathy, growth, and authenticity, which makes this legal clash even more jarring. Because when someone with a carefully cultivated public image faces aggressive legal accusations, the contrast alone becomes newsworthy. Baldoni's response doesn't just offend against claims, it implicitly protects a reputation. To be fair, repeated filings don't automatically mean bad faith. Sometimes, they reflect genuine belief that wrongdoing occurred. Sometimes, they signal frustration with slow-moving processes. Baldoni and Wayfarer's response leans heavily on this idea, framing the motion as excessive and disconnected from facts. Whether that argument holds in court remains to be seen, but in the court of public opinion, it's already shaping perception. Will the court side with Baldoni and Wayfarer's characterization of the motion as frivolous? Will Blake Lively's team double down or pivot? And perhaps most intriguing, how much of this battle will continue to unfold through filings versus headlines? At its core, this unfolding situation reminds us how quickly stories can be shaped and reshaped by timing, tone, and response. Whether you're a fan of the people involved or simply fascinated by how high-profile conflicts play out, there's something here worth thinking about. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think late Friday filings are strategic or just coincidence? Where should the line be drawn between legal advocacy and media influence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this with someone who loves a good behind-the-scenes breakdown and stay curious, because this story is far from